Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your host, Crypto Somniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. On Sundays, I usually like to talk about the market and the week ahead, especially for people that don't have a lot of time to watch the news and pay attention to what happens in a day in and day out basis. So this weekend, we are at a bit of a crash. A couple events that I want to talk about this past week. Currently we are at $165 billion in market cap, and this is really the first pullback we've seen over the last month and a half. We've been sort of in this vertical line, and if I bring it into about 3 months, this is pretty much the largest drop off we've had since really July 16th, the middle of July. We've been sort of, like I said, in this straight upward descent, or not descent, ascent. And really, like I said, haven't really had a dip up until just about now. And a couple of things that I want to talk about and why. So, first of all, there's an article Goldman Sachs put out a couple of weeks ago, about August 17th, it looks like here, that said price to eye $5,000 as far as Bitcoin went. And I think we can all agree that $5,000 is a psychological mark for Bitcoin, and it goes in here to talk about that and how it would not be surprising to see a crash once we hit that 5,000 mark. And I agree, we experienced a little one this weekend, and I actually wouldn't be surprised, especially as we approach, like we keep talking about a hard fork, to see numbers pull back as far as even say 3,000. And here it says the price could be reduced, at least in this article, to 3,000, and could even further correct down to 2,200, and wouldn't be surprising to see that. Now I don't know how far we'll go for sure, but I can almost completely agree that at some point we are going to see a pullback like we saw in July. We were at this mark here for quite a while, and we're stagnant. If we bring it back out to a full year, we sat here in this range for a couple of months, and then things started to take off again. So I do think that we may be right around this mark, that high mark, where we might not see a whole lot of growth for a little bit. This could be the beginning of some sideways action, yet to be seen, and I think we'll find out. But I think it's interesting to note that, and I think a lot of people took profits rather, when Bitcoin hit $5,000, and a lot of these other coins, sort of maxed out. Ethereum reached its all-time high, or just shy of it, around $400, and we saw a lot of pullback. So pretty much across the board, we're a little green today, and I think you'll have the opportunity to buy into coins and to some projects pretty cheap here today, and before the weekend ends, and we see a lot of the whales get back to work come Tuesday, or at least it's a holiday weekend here in the USA. We have off Monday. I think it's a holiday weekend in a lot of countries, Pakistan, India, different holidays going on. I also want to talk about the missile launch that happened in North Korea. There was a missile launch that they shot over Japan, and there has been an ongoing discussion, I think, ever since Bitcoin has ever really hit the market, and a lot of people consider it a hedge during geopolitical tensions, and really a similar to digital gold, essentially. Can it be a hedge against geopolitical instability? And a lot of people seem to agree or think that it could be. That's yet to be seen, as we haven't really had a major downturn in our markets, but we've had small sample sizes of this, and if the indications of Bitcoin prices rising during the launch of the missile that Korea sent over Japan, if that is any indicator of that, we did have a large increase in price, relatively large, during that time a couple of days ago. Like I said, we hit the $5,000 mark, or just short of it, and I think this will be interesting to see. I'm one of the people that does believe that there are, in times of economic uncertainty, geopolitical instability, people not trusting their government's currencies, we can see, or will see, blockchain technology, Bitcoin prices, and the market cap as a whole continue to increase during times when stuff like that happens. I am a believer in that, and I think that we could see more and more of that in the future. So it's something to keep an eye on, and I think, like I said, it's yet to be seen. But here's a graph right here of Bitcoin's price during the time of the first reports of the North Korea test, and we saw that large increase in Bitcoin shortly thereafter. Something else we talked about this past week were Chinese government officials putting in or trying to create stipulations and regulations on ICOs over in China, which I think is ultimately a good thing. I think it'll help regulate a lot of the stuff going on in ICOs. It'll help weed out some of the poor ones, and ultimately it's really to protect investors. You know, the Chinese regulators, as well as the U.S. and some other large economies, are concerned about this way of raising money and want to address those financial risks and that you know, the suspicious activity that it presents. So there's an article here that highlights that, and I went over it the past couple of days, and ultimately I think it's a good thing. Yes, NEO took a hit, as everyone could see, but ultimately, I think in the grander scheme of things, this is not necessarily a bad thing, and ultimately I think it's a way for people to get inside of NEO a little bit cheaper. I know NEO took a hit, and we'll take a look at that price right now. It's at about $30, which is a pretty cheap price. If we look at it on the whole, we have pulled back a lot over the past couple of months, or the past couple of weeks rather. We're up pretty large over the past couple of months, but I would keep my eye on it. I think it's a great opportunity to get in cheap. We are consolidating, so I don't know where the bottom really is right now, but looks pretty good. What else? Again, also I give free crypto here on the channel every day, so let's talk about that random number generator. Anyone who shares these videos on Facebook or Twitter will be eligible to win random number generator. Will be eligible to win 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, and looks like, was that a 1 for Facebook? I didn't see anything happen. I think it was. We'll go with 1 for Facebook. So yesterday, 31 shares on this video here. So all you got to do is share to be eligible, and we'll go 1 to 31, and winner is number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Daniel Avila. You want yourself some free cryptocurrency. I'll tag you in this post once this video is finished, and we'll get you situated. So yeah, all you have to do is share this video to win some free crypto every day, either on Twitter, on my Twitter here, or on Facebook. Do me a favor, also hit the thumbs up button. What that does, it allows other people in the community to know that this video was worth watching. I'll take some of your guys' questions as we wrap up here. I also want to talk about some interesting ICOs that popped up over the week in case you were missing. First with being Vibe Hub. Take a look at, there's about 2 days exactly left for their token sale, 10% bonus. Got a couple of weeks running left in their token sale, and if we go over to it, I think they just passed, roughly by my calculations, the well over the $1 million mark now. It looks like this jumped up a lot since I last looked at it yesterday, so doing pretty well. They have a couple of weeks left. It's an ICO that we were talking about here the past couple of weeks. They are a VR company seeking to bring VR to the blockchain and basically connect a lot of people across the world via VR. They are basically the apps that will be launched on a lot of these headsets, such as Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, and they have a new preview of one of their betas out right now that you can take a look at. It's actually really cool. I'll play you a snippet of it. You can take a look yourselves later, but it looks really cool. I would take a look at it yourself.
That's pretty simple. I like that.
Awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. If you guys want to follow me, we'll jump around to a couple of different areas. We're currently in ancient Greece and Rome. We still have and Egypt to go through.
This is amazing. The quality.
How the possibilities of, you know, how you can present
really cool
this.
stuff.
I mean,
so you can
I
say, you know,
kids that be excited
turn the volume down a little bit.
Fly around.
Essentially, you
and
could
learn
go
about some
on
of these ancient
to into things,
civilizations.
or
Oh yeah. And I can imagine, especially if you have,
in the future,
you know,
can go
you're
on
actually
things
dealing
like
with something in
dates the future
class
like
that
this.
has to deal
Just
with any
walk
of these
through an art
statues or
museum,
anything
you
like that.
could,
You can
know,
really come
go
in
out
and
to
get a
dinner or
good feel
whatever.
for it.
You
So
could,
it's amazing.
their largest
It's a whole nother
application,
way
I think, initially
of
is
doing
music,
things.
so they want to be able
Just
to
look
bring
at the
artists,
lighting and the
perhaps,
shadows
into
and
the, you know,
everything.
imagine Ed
This
Sheeran
is
playing,
great.
you know, live in front of your house. He can do it all from the comfort of his home. Get paid, doesn't have to worry about, you know, going through a ticketing distribution,
It's a totally different way to learn about all
you
these
know,
cultures and all the art
losing
forms.
profit off the top
Really
from fees related to, you know, hosting the event in an arena or what have you. So take a look at it yourself. I'll stop this here. So I'll stop this here. Take a look at it yourself. Like I said, their first applications, I'm sorry, I muted myself for a moment. One of their first applications are music. And, you know, imagine someone like Ed Sheeran playing in your home live from the comfort of his couch and your own couch. He doesn't have to, you know, worry about going through a ticket agency or whatever have you. Imagine going on a date with someone via this technology, and you can do it all because it's on the blockchain. You can do it pretty much across the world. It's spread everywhere. They also have a beta web browser version coming out, or it already came out on September 1st. You can sign up for that if you have an Oculus username. So check it out. Like I said, I think it's a really cool, interesting project that is really bridging or bringing together blockchain and VR, both two extremely young industries in my opinion. I would also take a look, we talked about here at Kyber Network. I think the whitelist registration is actually over, so if you haven't gotten in yet, I don't know that you'll be able to already, but take a look for it once it hits exchanges. Again, the largest interest in the project, I think, is Vitalik Buterin's association with the project. He is the co-founder or creator of Ethereum, so very interesting to look at. We have Red Pulse. I think everyone's been talking about Red Pulse lately. Red Pulse is the first company ICO being launched off of the Neo blockchain, September 10th, and there are registrations basically open for it now. And if you want to get in, I would suggest coming over to this page and taking a look. I don't believe U.S. citizens or Chinese citizens will be able to participate. It does ask you for a government ID, but if you're not a citizen, take a look at it. I think it has a lot of hype surrounding it due to it being the first, ICO being launched off the Neo blockchain. What else did we talk about this week? Tron, I think, was also a very Tron Lab, a very interesting ICO as well to take a look at. A really strong team and a great team of investors on their side. So Justin Sun is the CEO. He created the largest audio streaming service in China. The company is Tron is looking to associate themselves in the entertainment industry app that Paiwo is. Paiwo is the name of the app here that he's the founder of. And they're looking to use that existing customer base and combine it with what Tron is trying to do. So they have a great customer base established already. Additionally, you can say, like I mentioned, the CEO of Bitmain, who is Jihan Wu, one of really prominent figure in cryptocurrency space, invested in the project. They have a slew of other guys that came from all areas of the crypto space. You can take a look at it here yourself. You know, we have investors of Coinbase and Ripple over here. A lot of great guys. Take a look at it yourself. I think Justin Sun is extremely smart. He's listed in the China and Asia's Forbes 30 under 30 list as well. I see a comment over here on the side. This is clearly available on the internet too. No need for blockchain. To answer that question, VR, by putting it on a blockchain, what they're trying to do is make it accessible for everyone, because not everyone has that same accessibility by being able to just throw on a VR headset and take payments and escrow things using smart contracts like you will be able to with VibeHub. They are seeking to, like I said, put VR on the blockchain, and you could down the road have things like classes and concerts and even create your own music and distribute it via the blockchain, and utilizing smart contracts, take things like escrow and payments and make sure that there is a level of security involved by involving and using the blockchain. So that is where they found the necessity to put VR onto a blockchain. What else? Let's talk a little bit about some of the projects right now that I think you could get into and interesting that are cheap. I've been talking about Omise Go a lot lately. Qtum, I think, is a great project with a lot of potential. Where did I miss it? There it is at number 13. $15.55. Their mainnet is launching on September 13th, so I definitely would suspect an increase in price over the next couple of days. I think Civic is looking pretty good as far as price range goes, down to 43 cents. If you're not invested already, could be a good opportunity. However, we're still consolidating a bit. It doesn't look like we completely leveled off. We took another dip here this past week. But looks pretty good overall. I think a lot of great things from their project. What else? 10X I think was looking pretty good when I looked at it earlier. Where are they? Very similar chart to Civic actually. They look very similar. Took another small dip there though. But that looks very, very appealing at its price range right now, and considering where it's been, definitely a lot cheaper. So take a look at 10X. What else? If you guys have any questions, feel free to shout them out, and I will address them. Again, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Do I day trade? Not always, but yes, I do trade on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I might not trade at all. Sometimes I might trade, several times. I do offer a course over on Udemy. In my profile on YouTube, you can click a link to that or get that here in the banner of my YouTube profile. You can also schedule one-on-one appointments with me there using that button. I do offer a full money-back guarantee. If you're not happy at the end of the session, feel free to let me know. I haven't had anyone yet ask for a refund, but all you got to do is say so, and I'll be happy to if I'm not able to help you. I do take clients over the phone or Skype and just talk about their portfolio or how to get set up on an exchange or whatever you need help with. So take a look at that. If there aren't any other questions, I will be taking some questions over on Facebook, and I'll probably be doing a live stream later this evening. Walton Chain. I have not taken a look at Walton Chain yet. I cannot offer a good opinion on it. But yeah, if that's it for today, give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. I do these videos here every day, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.